Hi, I'm about to present for this topic of consumer behavior research and segmentation for assignment web. So my group consists of 4 people: Sudarshan Analalaki Morgan, Solia Maisara binti Mustafa, Ramyalishni myself, and Muhammad Faris Al-Hadi. So for the introduction for businesses looking to understand how people, group or organization make decision about what to buy, consumers' behavior is an essential field of study. Businesses can better adapt their marketing strategy to the changing demands and taste of their target audience by examining consumer behavior. They can improve customer experiences, maximize product offers, and build relationship with customers based on value thanks to this understanding. So I will get the next presenter to present on the introduction to consumer behavior. Thank you.
Introduction to consumer behavior. Definition of consumer behavior. Consumer behavior refers to the study of how individual or group make decisions to select a purchase and use product, service, or idea. These include their decision-making process influenced by physiological, social, and situational factors. For instance, when you are deciding to buy a new phone, you might start needs like your current phone being dated, when you will likely search for information, compare brand, make the purchase, and finally reflect on whether it was right decision. Okay, component of consumer behavior. Okay, decision making process. This include the stage consumer go through: problem recognitions, information search, evaluation of alternative, purchase decision, and post purchase evaluation. Okay, next is psychological factor. This cover internal influence like motivation, perception, belief, and attitude that impact our choice. And next is the social influences. Friends, family, and social network as well as broader cultural norms shape what we buy and why. Situational factor. These are external conditions like the shopping environment or time constraint that influence our decision. Okay, and next is the importance of consumer behavior in marketing strategy. So why is understanding consumer behavior so important for marketing strategy? And first is the target audience identifications. This understanding consumer behavior help business identify their target audience by segmenting the market based on factors like demographic and buying pattern. Company can tailor their marketing strategy to specific group. For example, a company might realize that their product appeal most to young professional and create targeted campaign for white group. Personalization also come to play. Understanding preference allow for personalized message, increasing engagement. And next is the product development. Next, customer insight drive product development by analyzing what consumer want. Business can wait and refine their offering to meet the market demands. We take Apple for example. By continuously analyzing consumer feedback and trends, they are able to stay ahead with their product release. Next is the pricing strategy. Pricing is another area where consumer behavior play a vital role. Understanding how consumer perceive value allow business to set a price strategically. For instance, if a company knows their audience is highly sensitive to price change, they can use discount strategy or bundle product to create a perceived value. And effective communication. Effective communication is all about crafting the right message by understanding consumer motivations and points. Companies can create compelling marketing message that resonate. For example, a health conscious brand would focus on messaging that highlight natural ingredients to appeal to their target audience. And next is enhancing customer experience. Mapping to the customer journey is essential to improving customer experience. Identifying key touch point allow business to optimize interactions. This about how Netflix use data to recommend show based on your viewing habit. This kind of personalization creates a better overall experience. And next is adapting to the trends. Consumer behavior also help business adapt to the trend by continuously monitoring shift in preference. Company can remain relevant in a fast-paced market. For example, this rise of eco-conscious customer has pushed many companies to adopt sustainable practice and product. And next is the building brand loyalty. Finally, understanding what drive loyalty help business with a strong relationship with their customer. Loyal customer are more likely to recommend a brand to others, becoming advocated. For example, loyalty program like a Starbucks reward incentive, repeat purchase, fostering long-term relationship. Okay, so that's all from my part.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I will be discussing the importance of consumer research and how it plays a key role in marketing decision. So, what do we know actually about consumer research? So, consumer research is a process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about consumer behaviors, preferences, and attitudes. So, this data provides businesses with insights that help them meet customer needs more effectively. So understanding what customers want and more importantly, why they want it, ensure that marketing strategies are well targeted and relevant. So this research is essential for reducing risk, optimizing marketing campaigns, and ensuring the product or services offered align with the customers what are they looking for. So next, let's walk through the consumer research process. So this process allows us to set the structured step that ensure that the data collected is reliable and actionable. So the first step is defining the problem or objective. So we begin by identifying the core issues or questions the research need to address. For example, like why are sales decreasing or what influences customer satisfaction. So from here, you can set up and discuss what do you need to solve this problem. So the second step is developing the research plan. So once we know the problem, we outline a clear plan, including what methods we will use, how we will gather the data, and who our sample will be. So this could involve a qualitative and quantitative or a mix of both methods. And the next step is collecting data. So data can be collected either as primary data or such as surveys or interview or secondary data like industry reports or existing market studies. So the next step is analyzing data. So after collecting the data, we analyze it to uncover trends, patterns, or customer insights. So this analysis will often use statistical tools to identify relationship between different variables. The step 5, interpreting and presenting findings. The next is interpret the result within the context of our original question. So this insight needs to be presented in a way that makes sense to the stakeholders. So last but not least, the last step of this consumer research process is marketing decision making in marketing. So finally, the findings guide key business decision, whether it's launching a new product, repositioning brand, or adjusting a pricing strategy. So now we can go to explore like how the two main approaches that we use in consumer research, qualitative and quantitative research. So qualitative research is used when we needed to explore in-depth situation, motivation, and perceptions. So it's all about the understanding the why behind the consumer behavior, like why do we buy this, why do the customer buy that, and that sort of stuff. So the methods includes like focus group, in-depth interviews, and geographical studies. So like, for example, a focus group might discuss their experiences with a new product, giving the business deep understanding of what's working and what's not. So quantitative research, on the other hand, focuses on numerical data that measures consumer behavior. It used to answer questions like how many or how often. So method includes surveys, experiments, and observational studies. Statistical analysis. Like for instance, a company might conduct a survey to measure customer satisfaction on a scale of 1 to 10. So together with both qualitative and quantitative methods are often used in combination to get the most accurate points. So qualitative research helps identify ideas and trends, while quantitative research validates those findings with hard data, physical data, basically. Okay, for the last one, now let's look at some practical ways consumer research is applied in marketing decision. First is product development and improvement. Through consumer research, business can identify specific features that customers want, guiding product design and development. For example, a smartphone company might learn that customers want a longer battery life, so they make that as a priority in the next model. And the second is the market segmentation. Research helps businesses divide the market into smaller segments based on shared characteristics, such as demographic or behavior. For example, a skincare brand might For example, the skincare brand might discover that young adults prefer eco-friendly products, while older consumers are more concerned about anti-aging benefits. So this allows for targeted marketing. And the third one is positioning and messaging. So consumer research helps align a brand positioning with what matters most to our audience. Like for example, a luxury car brand might position itself around prestige and performance based on research showing these attributes drive purchase decision amongst its targeted audience. And the next one is pricing strategy. So with research, we provide insights into the price sensitivity. So helping business determine how much customers are willing to pay for up to a certain amount for a product. The business can price accordingly without losing demand. The next one is customer satisfaction and loyalty. So by regularly monitoring customer satisfaction through surveys or feedback forms, business can identify the key points and address them to help improve the customer experience and boost loyalty. Last but not least, campaign effectiveness. So research helps businesses evaluate how well a marketing campaign is performing by collecting data on customer responses and sales results. So companies can determine whether the campaign was successful and make adjustment for future efforts. Yeah. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sudha, and I'm going to be presenting on the segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So we're going to start off with segmentation. So the definition of segmentation is the process of breaking down a large consumer or corporate market into smaller consumer groups, which then enables companies to more successfully target particular demographics rather than pursuing a one-size-fits-all strategy. Next is the segmentation process. There are multiple steps in the segmentation process. You divide the market into different segments. This is carried out according to variables such as psychographic, behavioral, geographic, demographic. Businesses determine each segment's potential worth based on its size, growth, as well as level of competition. Next is the importance of segmentation. When marketing segmentation enables companies to craft communications that will interact differently with their offerings, it raises the possibility, to differentiate the interactions. So effective resources allocation focuses on a lot of lucrative market segments. Marketing effectiveness is increased, inefficient efforts are decreased, and so on. Next is for the targeting. So we're going to start off with the definition of targeting. Of course, is choosing one or more market segments to penetrate and then create marketing plans just for them. It involves concentrating on particular consumer segments. They're most likely to purchase the goods and services offered by the business. So by doing this, it focuses on the audiences, and audiences are more likely to be interested in their product and service. Targeting enables businesses to maximize their effort this way. And of course, a targeting strategy provides the same good or service to all customers, viewing the market as a single homogeneous group. These days, this is less typical as businesses aim to serve specialized market. Differentiated marketing creates unique offers for each of its target market segments, right? And now, of course, the importance of target market. It's by concentrating on high-value clients, by assisting companies in concentrating on the most lucrative clientele. Targeting improves the return of marketing expenditures. Resource efficiency on businesses can allocate their marketing resources more effectively by focusing on particular segments. This enhances customer engagement, and it has higher conversion rate results from customers engaging with brand much more when they perceive it to be aware for their particular demands. And finally is the positioning. So positioning is the process of giving a product a distinct mental image or perception that sets it apart from its rivals. It's accomplished by marketing, branding, and messaging initiatives, and entails outlining on how a product is superior, better, or more enticing to their competitors. Of course, positioning strategy is important as it establishes a distinct market identity. A brand can stand out in a crowded market by positioning itself effectively, which makes it simpler for consumers to recognize and select the brand. It also improves customer perception and influences how consumers view a brand by succinctly outlining the features and advantages of a product, which increases brand loyalty. So an example for all of this is, for instance, right, and I'm referring to my report based on this, Coca-Cola sets itself apart from rivals with their refreshing beverages, branding that highlights happy and meaningful occasions. In the same way that Volvo markets itself as a name in the car industry that is linked with safety, businesses can maximize their marketing strategies for increased consumer reach, engagement, profitability by trying to segment their products, focusing on particular demographics, targeting things, skillfully positioning their products. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. I'm about to present on the conclusion and also the recommendation for this topic. So for the conclusion, to sum up, companies must comprehend consumer behavior in order to create a successful marketing plans and keep a competitive edge in the marketplace. So businesses may match the demands, preferences of the customer with their products, services, and marketing efforts by examining the decision-making process of consumers. So for the recommendation, to leverage the full potential of consumer behavior, companies should invest in comprehensive consumer research, adopt dynamic segmentation, adopt targeted marketing strategies, and effective market positioning. So by focusing on these areas, business can better align their strategies with consumer behavior, ensuring long-term success and sustainable growth. Thank you from me.